What is up, everybody? Nick Lego Stava here, bringing you a review of Transformers Buzzworthy Bumblebee, Bumblebee Spike Witwicky. Now, on the package, that should say Bumblebee and Spike Witwicky. I think it's a little strange that it just says Bumblebee Spike Witwicky. But without further ado, let's get into the review. Now, you'll notice that mine is different from how it came in the package originally because I've already done some customizations to it because this is the third time I've had to record this review. But let's get into the figure itself right here. So you'll notice that it does not look like Bumper anymore, how it does on the back of the box, which I will be taking those off because this was just a rough draft for making it an actual Volkswagen. These are 3D printed pieces that I just kind of stuck on there to give it that more Volkswagen look. Now, those were just an early draft. I do plan to do better. I just put them on there with sticky tack. But that's just kind of the difference there between the Volkswagen look and how it comes naturally. That looks like Bumper. It doesn't really look like Bumblebee in vehicle mode, but yeah, that's just kind of how that went. But other things that I've done, I've painted taillights on it. You'll see that more in vehicle mode. And something kind of minuscule, I painted the side of this black just so that when this is closed, you don't see the yellow in there. And the hands are black. But other than that, this figure is naturally how it comes. Now, I initially didn't think I was going to like this figure that much. I thought it was going to be kind of negative, but honestly, I like this figure. Let's actually just move that box out of the way so you can fully see it. It comes in the box looking like that. I don't remember if the pistol was in his hand or not. But seeing the backpack kind of folded like that kind of made me think it was going to be weirder than it was. But you close that up, that looks better. When you get this in hand, it's nice. I really like that head sculpt. I would even say more than the Netflix one. Another important thing, I am going to have 12 size comparisons for you because this is a strange new size class, like core class, legends class, legion class, like deluxe class. They don't know what they're doing. It's basically just become a price point at this point. I guess we'll get into transformation because I'll probably end up transforming him back and forth. Oh wait, actually we'll go over the articulation first. So you got a little ball joint there at the hip, no waist rotation, no ankle tilt, and no wrist swivel. So that's the only articulation you lose between this versus the Netflix one, which like I said, I'm going to show all the size comparisons in this video. But right here in the back, you have this hinge that kind of hinge, so you kind of have a double hinge for the leg. So you get him in some nice little running poses and stuff, even though he kind of doesn't balance very well because of this notch and then the wheel right there. So yeah, that's that. Some people have had quality control issues where the arm pops off. Luckily, that is not mine. Yay for actual good quality on this. Unlike my Buzzworthy Bumblebee clunker, which if you want to see that rant review, I will link it at the end here. But I kind of feel like I'm rambling a little too much. Let's get into transformation here. You got the head swivel, you got this. I already kind of went over the articulation. But yeah, let's pop that head back there. Let's rotate this around. I think I did this wrong the first couple times I had to record this because I did it the hard way. I tried to angle these in differently after I had already transformed the front. But like I said, I don't look at instructions. I got the instructions back here. I'm not even looking at them. We'll just figure it out the old-fashioned way. But yeah, I had seen this in store the same time as the other Buzzworthy Bumblebee. That was literally the first day it came out. I didn't pick it up initially because I was like, I'm getting this other Buzzworthy Bumblebee figure, which was the movie Studio Series re-release, and I was like, I don't really need to pick that up right now. I got the Netflix one, the Walmart exclusive one, and at the time I didn't even know this was a Target exclusive. That's so strange. It's like they're fighting over the War for Cybertron trilogy exclusive Bumblebee. Like, who's gonna have it? Who's gonna have the exclusive? And Target has an exclusive one, and freaking Walmart has their exclusive one. So yeah, here we go. We got him transformed. To tab him in, it doesn't, you're always going to have this strange gap there in vehicle mode. There's no really way to circumvent that. But yeah, it's kind of just eh. I actually meant to do the size comparisons before I did that, but we'll transform him back. But we'll go over Spike Witwicky before we get into that. Look at this. What is this? This is Dinky. He doesn't even have a face. He's looking more like a G.I. Joe villain than Spike in an exosuit. You know, he just has the arms that go up there. I mean, it's just abysmal. There's a pin here in the leg, like they were going to have leg articulation at some point, but it's just one blob of plastic with waffle housing in the back. And that's that. And then, oh, let's transform him. Oh, wow. He's transformed. Yeah, there's Spike. Kind of the throwaway part of this review. But let's do some size comparisons in vehicle mode and then quickly transform him back into robot mode. So there he is in vehicle mode. You'll notice that he is more of a cartoony, not appealing to any proportions or anything, you know. Yeah, that's him compared to a Micromaster. This is him compared to the Buzzworthy Camaro, and I guess I'll throw this in since I forgot to like properly do that in the Buzzworthy Bumblebee review itself. Yeah, he is a tiny one for sure. Here is Earthrise RC. Literally just the shell. I literally popped that off. I just popped that pin out so I could have that separate since it's a shell former anyway. So there is RC compared to it. If you're going to display this with your Earthrise and Siege figures, it is definitely a mini bot if you were going to do that. So there's that. Here he is with Optimus's trailer, Earthrise Optimus trailer. And does he fit in the back? I do have my 3D printed stuff on there. Of course he fits in the back because he's even smaller than the Netflix one that also fits in the back. That's what the painted taillights looked like on that. So yeah, that's what that's looking like, you know. That's Bumper in vehicle mode. It's not Bumblebee in vehicle mode. You know, I probably should have kept these on just to show you what that would have looked like, but I still want to do some modifications to that. I'll probably release the 3D print file if I ever complete that, if you wanted a Volkswagen mode for this. But yeah, there's just the vehicle mode comparisons. I really wish that I did the other size comparisons before doing it. But whatever, you get to see transformation in both ways. You know, that's what happens when you record videos when you have been up over 48 hours. It just happens. It happens like that. You forget to do things and you're like, oh, well, oh, we're popping off the arms. Maybe I spoke too soon about the quality control there. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. Yeah. So this is $15 for this and this abysmal Spike. Like, that's the negative of it because that's just not good. They really could have did better. They had such an opportunity to do something good with that, but they did not. But yeah, it's a little finicky. You know, the ball joints on there, you have to rotate this stuff all around, and it's just so tiny, you know. And between that and their quality, it's just kind of iffy on whether you're going to have that pop off or not. I think it had popped off one other time for me, so maybe I had spoke too soon about that. Luckily, it wasn't at the elbow here. But yeah, into transformation there. So there's that back into there, you know. There he is. Here he is with Netflix, War for Cybertron trilogy. Here he is with a Five Below Bumblebee. Now, they're about the same height, but this one, of course, is so much better. Here he is with Cliff Jumper. You know, the same size as Netflix Bumblebee because they're the same mold, but I thought I'd throw that in. Here he is with Generations Bumblebee. I really should have lined this up better. Generations Bumblebee just towers over all of them. He just looks so blocky and strange. And then Earthrise Optimus Prime. So there's the shot size comparison. I do like his coloration better than like all these other figures. I like that yellow on Bumblebee the most. Also, I'll throw in a Lego minifigure there as well. Here's Johnny! As the review time is almost running out. So hopefully you enjoyed. Would I recommend this Buzzworthy Bumblebee and Spike Witwicky? The Bumblebee / Bumper vehicle mode is pretty solid. Other than that, if you missed out on that, that is a worthy Bumblebee for this This to me, I know it's more in scale with the cartoon to have Bumblebee be like a small mini bot. But to me, I still kind of want the masterpiece because it's still slightly bigger than the Netflix one. For me, I kind of like Bumblebee to be a little bigger, just slightly smaller than this. I don't like the bulk of this or really this generation's mold that much, especially because we have these two new ones. This one's not very good, but I was fiending for a Bumblebee because I was searching so hard for the Netflix one, but I couldn't find it. That's the only reason I ended up with that one. So yeah, I kind of still want the masterpiece, even though all this. But like I said, this is a really good option, honestly. It blew away my expectations. I was not really expecting to like this. And you know what? I'm so glad they did painted windows. Painted windows look so much better for animated figures than the clear windows. Look at how awful this paint matching is. It looks way better on camera than it does. It looks awful. And they just have clear blue windows with painted back. It's stupid. Could you imagine if this was just the same yellow plastic that they used on there and just painted the windows like a blue color? It's so much better, especially for animated figures. I mean, really, I don't know. Hasbro, please just do it in the molded plastic and paint the windows. Clear windows are not that important. It's just weaker plastic. It's just not as good. So there's just an extra 2 minutes on the review there after it cut me off. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to drop a like. Watch other videos. I have a playlist of my Transformer reviews as well as so much other content on this channel. And hopefully, if I can ever get this situation figured out with my webcam work and get them stop motions rolling, I can't wait for that day. Look at that. Just let's take a look at this. Look at that awesome artwork. We'll leave you off with that. Peace.